Anthony Fantano just dropped the DJ Akademiks hit piece that was aimed at trying to end Akademiks' career. Now, the hit piece included things from Akademiks' past, as well as his commentary on the recent DJ Akademiks drama regarding Roc Nation and Charlamagne the God.
On Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well, because honestly, I'm not. I'm stressed. And frankly, I'm concerned. Concerned for the well-being of the #1 hip-hop journalist in America, Mr. DJ Akademiks. Because after watching this guy put in years and years and years of hard work in front of the camera and behind the scenes, I've personally found it to be inspirational to see him finally getting his flowers. A chain from his most favorite rapper in the world, Drizzy Drake.
We're like a minute in, so I'm not picking sides, but Fantano do have friendships with media personalities who have closer relationships with rappers than Akademiks do with Drake, right? Like, there's media personalities that Fantano is cool with who got a closer relationship with Kendrick Lamar than Akademiks have with Drake. Drake flying out Akademiks, getting Ak a chain because Ak was, a part of his album rollout. Again, if you want to judge that, that's your prerogative, you do so. But if you judge Ak for that, then you kind of have to judge other media personalities that you might like.
But even with all these good things going for Ak right now, there is one thing keeping this man awake at night, and that's Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Roc Nation, which if you look at Ak's social media feeds, you would be led to believe that they are in fact like a threat to his very existence. Like if Jay and Roc Nation had their way, Ak would be 6 feet underground right now. And these feelings are pretty much confirmed in a new conversation that was uploaded to the internet, 3 hours long, by the way, an interview, some discourse between Ak and Charlamagne the God, where they go over a myriad of topics, of course, including some of the weird associations Ak has with guys like Grand Wizard.
Which brings us finally to the man behind the curtain, who you genuinely cannot make this up, goes by Grand Wizard. George Wynn, an Australian named as a defendant, allegedly runs the Akademiks TV account and operates in chat under that handle. The guy who converts the state crypto to cash, liaisons with the bot vendors, and coordinates narratives. The paid clips, the manufactured praise, the slander of rival artists, the synthetic chat hype that makes a stage moment feel organic. Per the leaked chat logs, the complaints lean on, the wizard wasn't freelancing, he was allegedly taking his marching orders straight from Drake and DJ Akademiks.
Okay, can I respond to that?
Please.
Okay. Now, this is why I said you're doing a media sleight of hand.
I'm just reading what they wrote.
This Fantano video is interesting because if this was a video done by, I don't know, a Jay-Z glazer, like if Memphis Bleek would have dropped this video, then Jay-Z could do no wrong. But Fantano didn't take the stance of Jay-Z is God, Jay-Z can do no wrong. Like when you hear Charlamagne the God, Ebro, Memphis Bleek talk about Jay-Z, Jay-Z is God to him. Jay-Z is the black savior. Jay-Z can do no wrong. Everybody is hating on Jay-Z and persecuting Jay-Z unfairly. Fantano didn't take that stance. Now, I don't know if this was like strategic to boost the credibility, but Fantano essentially said, yeah, Jay-Z is terrible. Like he's horrible. Right? Jay-Z has done a lot of bad things and terrible things, but his stance was as bad as Jay-Z is, he would claim Akademiks and Drake is worse. Now, I don't agree with that particular stance because I don't even think if Akademiks or Drake wanted to be as bad as Jay-Z, I don't even think they're capable of being as bad as Jay-Z. Jay-Z comes with a certain level of power and authority that Akademiks and Drake just lack. So even if they wanted to be as evil as Jay-Z, they just don't have the tools. They just don't have the power and the authority to do so. So I don't think Akademiks and Drake, and that's if you're assuming like the most bad faith interpretation of what Akademiks and Drake stands for. If you're, from the most bad faith stance of what Drake and Akademiks stands for, you still can't come to the conclusion that they are worse than Jay-Z. Under no circumstances, but that's just my opinion though. But Fantano will make an argument for why he believes Drake and Akademiks is just as bad as Jay-Z, if not worse.
Really at war, I'm not above anything. I put a nigga's picture up there with his fucking kid at a playground. Didn't care. Not defending anyone who's associated with me, but to the level of doxing where you're showing people's houses, addresses, and you're invasive into where they're sleeping, y'all better not have kids. Because if I was them, I know how I play. I would like to not go that far. And I wouldn't go that far because I still have some fond memories. But remember this, I'm the only one that don't got no kids in this situation. I don't got no kids, no wife, no nothing. So I just want to tell y'all, are we going down the route of having people in front of each other's houses?
Motivations for engaging in this topic are very obvious and twofold. One, he's obviously still pissed off about the Megan Thee Stallion lawsuit and, legal tangles he's got himself caught in, because Megan is obviously affiliated with Roc Nation, and Ak mercilessly slandered her again and again and again, knowingly so, for clout, money, and attention.
Roc Nation sued Milagro. They brought Akademiks in for a deposition, but they never sued Akademiks for defamation, because I don't think what Akademiks did rose to the level of defamation. Now, Akademiks did say that Megan Thee Stallion was not shot. He did say that he don't believe that Tory Lanez shot her, but that's his opinion, right? If he says, yo, I don't believe that Tory Lanez shot her, that's his opinion. Now, he did go as far to call Megan Thee Stallion a liar. Now, they did press him on that in terms of what he meant when he said that she was a liar. I don't remember Akademiks' exact response, but he essentially didn't fumble the deposition too badly because they didn't sue him. They didn't pursue legal charges against him as they did with Milagro. So if they were quick to sue Milagro, they would have sued Akademiks if they felt like Akademiks did something or said something that rose to the level of defamation that they could win.
And he didn't need to do that. Nobody was making his ass do that shit. Then the second part of this is obviously the fact that Ak is now an acolyte of Drake at this point. Basically, any little bit or any little piece of propaganda that Drake wants to get out into the world comes out through Ak's mouth on his stream and on his YouTube channel. And with Iceman slowly melting off of the charts, spare for a few tracks, and Jay-Z getting ready for a new album cycle and making it very clear there's probably going to be some shots at Drake in the mix on that album, and given how well they're likely to be written, they're probably going to hurt. So of course, Drake would like to get ahead of that by poisoning the well around Jay-Z via Akademiks. Yeah, man, as much as Illuminati allegations tend to chase Jay-Z here and there, I don't think this plan is going to work. In addition to that, any allegations you could throw at Jay in terms of being connected to weird people or doing shady shit or, being involved in some strange opportunistic wheelings and dealings, you could multiply all of those 2 or 3 or 4 times and apply them to Drake and Akademiks, and they would be true. They are not just knee deep, but balls deep when it comes to crypto online gambling schemes.
You could criticize Akademiks or Drake or Aiden Ross for a lot of things, but I hate that they choose this angle to attack them on, because for the most part, it's just not true, right? It's just not true. If they were doing anything illegal, they'll be in jail. They're taking sponsorship from a legitimate billion-dollar company. And that's as far as it goes. They're taking anybody who's including Akademiks' name into a lawsuit when it comes to Kick, or Steak or Drake or Aiden Ross, they're clout chasing, right? Because clearly, if you had any type of grudge or if you have any type of real case, you will sue the billion-dollar company directly. You wouldn't need to include Akademiks or Drake, right? It would make no sense at all whatsoever. But Steak is a legitimate company. Kick is legitimate, right? And they're providing sponsorships. Only in this universe, or only in this far left universe where you're critiquing people like Akademiks or Aiden Ross or Drake for taking a literal sponsorship from a billion-dollar corporation, but you don't go at Jay-Z or go at the other people under the Jay-Z bill who was trying to bring a literal casino in Times Square. Do you understand how mad that is? Do you understand how destructive that would be for Times Square? It'll probably increase the commute right by 3 hours if you do some shit like that, right? So Jay-Z don't get critiqued for literally bringing or trying to bring a literal casino or all the underhanded dealings that he dealt with, but people would critique Akademiks for getting a sponsorship from a legitimate company. Now, that really do not apply to Fantano, because Fantano did go at Jay-Z in his video, right? He did critique Jay-Z and did criticize Jay-Z, which I think is, is fair. But for the most part, yeah, I don't like this kick or gambling scheme like angle, because it's just not true at all, man. Like it's a legitimate company and they're getting legitimate sponsorships.
And when it comes to forcing and botting narratives around the internet, nobody goes harder than the Drake camp does currently.
Nobody used stake to bot music streams. That's a lie. That doesn't happen. I'm telling everybody in the world it doesn't happen. That's a lie. So the context of acting like that's happening.
Stake is a huge company.
Nobody used stake to bot music.
You don't know that.
I'm telling you, I know.
The same way
I work with.
Listen, the same way I can sit here and say, I can't sit here and say, I don't know if Roc Nation's coming.
All right.
I say, I don't think so.
All right, so why don't you say the same thing about whatever they said about Jay-Z in them files? Like, I don't know.
Because with that, I can actually read and see that it's a freaking hotline number that somebody randomly called in.
Okay.
And the story don't make no fucking sense whatsoever.
So possibly, who knows?
So again, Ak is acting very strange right now, and there's only two possible explanations. Via Drake, he is engaging in a scheme that is really fucking stupid and never going to work, or he really truly is off of his rocker and suffering from some really extreme paranoid delusions, and apparently wakes out of a cold sweat at night after seeing visions of Jay-Z in his dreams. Jay-Z, no, Jay-Z.
Do I think that Stake is helping Drake bot? I don't know. Okay? And I'm not about to stick my neck out for Stake nor Drake, because again, I don't know those two people. I don't know what Drake does with his free time. I don't know what Stake does with their money. All right? Now, do I particularly trust billionaires? I just don't. But I don't know. Now, if Anthony Fantano or anybody else has information that Stake is doing that, then come forward. But the lawsuit alleging that when it comes to Drake, that got thrown out. Like that got thrown out. Like that got like dismissed as hogwash. So if Anthony Fantano or one of his homies, if they have proof, come forward, let us examine the proof. But for now, I just can't put that on Drake or Stake, nor would I defend Drake or Stake when it comes to botting accusations, because I just don't know. I don't know what these people do with their money nor their time. I don't know, okay? Now, in terms of Akademiks being paranoid with Jay-Z, if somebody was literally stalking employees around you, sending people outside of their house. Now, a lot of people think this is just for Grand Wizard. No, Chat Ninja went through the same thing. Grand Wizard is just the bigger name. It's just like Akademiks' right-hand man. But what they put Grand Wizard through, they put Chat Ninja through. They put other people who work for Akademiks through the exact same thing. Like the exact same thing. So yeah, if you're somebody who for the most part, you're watching a powerful corporation who just had you in a deposition, and now they're targeting all your employees and like staking a parameter outside their house, wouldn't you feel paranoid? Wouldn't you think they're after you? Wouldn't you consider them your enemy? And if that powerful company was also sending strikes to your YouTube channel, trying to attack you and go at you, wouldn't you also be upset at them? Now, here's the thing with creators like Fantano and other people, is they think it's cool that Roc Nation is going after Akademiks and attacking him because they don't like Akademiks. My thing is, cool, you don't like Akademiks, but shouldn't it behoove you or other people to stick up for Akademiks in this era? Because if Desiree Perez and Roc Nation could bully Akademiks off the internet, or could fraudulently try to delete his YouTube channel, among other things, then what's stopping them from going after you once you start giving critique to Jay-Z? What's stopping some other billionaire of going after you once you start giving critique of them? So that's what I think we do need to be really concerned about is, okay, let's not start supporting billionaires in their attack of content creators or independent creators. Let me know what y'all think. If you enjoy watching this video, click on this video right here to find out how the NBA YoungBoy and Gilly beef just got 1,000% worse. Nobody's seen how bad this could get. I'm gonna see you guys in this YoungBoy and Gilly video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.